Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everyone who is watching this live with BDV Solutions today. My name is Quynh, and I'm back with another live testimonial this week. We have Paritosh here. I think I'm going to call him Pari for the live. Pari, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit and let us know, who you are, where you're applying from, and how you come to know about us?
Yes, my name is Paritosh Koirala. Hi, everybody. So I'm originally from Nepal. Came here in 2015, and I came to know about this program via my friend back in 2020. He already received his green card back in 2021 from this program, so he recommended me. And upon looking and doing my research, I contacted BDB, and then upon doing my homework and my due diligence, I decided to move forward with this program. So, and my LC was finally get going in March of 2021, and then yeah, I'm here, and then my LC was approved within a few months, and then my 485 was subsequently filed. So
Sounds good. I think a lot of our clients, came to know about us from, their own inner network, friends, family, relatives.
hmm
Having someone that you trust, help guide you, help refer you. It really helps with, building that trust, that initial trust. And
yes,
there are a lot of services out there. You don't know how they are going to be helping you with your case, if they're actually helping, but I'm glad that you came to us. Can you let us know, like, how would you get started with the EB-3? Like, were you in the US applying?
yes. So I was in the U.S. I graduated in 2020 December, and then I was working under OPT, and and then I was trying to find a way, you know, to be more stable in the U.S. So I had a friend. Again, like I said, he already received his green card from BDV, via BDV, and he recommended me about this program, and and then the fact that you are able to land a permanent job through BDV, who's willing to sponsor you, was a great offer, and then I signed up for BDV, and then once you sign up for BDV, you see a bunch of open jobs that are willing to hire you, permanent role, and then sponsor you for the green card. So I selected one, which uh, based on the location and all that, and I got hired, and then my process was started. Yeah, as an adjustment of status client. So
When you were applying to adjustment of status, I believe you mentioned 2021. How was your
yes.
feelings then, doing the process with COVID and all of that?
Oh, it was a roller coaster of emotion. I would say. I when I applied in back in 2021, I thought I would be. To be honest, I thought I would be done by the end of 2022. Because I had not seen what was gonna happen with the retrogression and stuff. But the good thing is, once the adjustment of status was filed, you get your work permit and you get your travel advance parole. So you kind of become free in a sense, because you can work for your sponsor. You can start working and start making money. And at the same time, if you want to travel, visit your family and friends, you can do that. And I did that twice actually. So under my advance parole. So yeah, I mean, I would say it was kind of a, I guess, the weight was there, but at the same time, you know, uh, I mean, green card process is supposed to be not so smooth, I guess, in a perfect world. So weight was there, but at the same time, I was working for my sponsor, and I was able to travel. I did that twice. So yeah, I was just keeping myself busy, and then just hoping for the best.
Yeah, so I did understand that you mentioned traveling internationally with advance parole being filed. Um, you know, Applying like right after COVID started. Were you at any point were you like concerned, relocating to where the sponsor is? were you concerned that the sponsors business may be closed or working remotely because of the pandemic?
No, I was not concerned because before I applied the job with my sponsor, I did a little bit of research about the sponsor, and it's a big it's a big franchise. They have a lot of chains. It was for Taco Bell under Delight, so and they're pretty. Even during COVID, the last thing they will close was a fast food restaurant. So I was not worried about that, and they always needed people, especially during COVID, and yeah, I mean, that was not a point of concern for me, because it was a huge franchise, and the chances of those franchises closing down, especially the fast food like Taco Bell, was close to zero. I guess it's important to do your own research as well. Your own homework. Um, whatever you can, just to utilize your resources that you have, internet and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when you do apply to a sponsor, you want to make sure that it is going to be work that you can perform, but
Mhm.
also, the company is an entity that can actually sponsor for your process. Did you have to move out of state for working with the sponsor, or were you nearby?
No, I was in Michigan, and um, then yeah, I moved to Indiana, which is like a 3-hour drive from where used to live. So no, it was not a big change in terms of climate and in terms of environment. I was in the Midwest, so and I had a couple of my friends too with me, so you know it was not an issue. We adapted pretty easily.
So would you be able to share a little bit more about like, the case that you had? Like, you don't have to mention, every little detail, but we just want to know, what was a part that you find challenging. You want to know, how you experienced the EB3 process.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the EB3 process was pretty smooth. I everything except for the 485 got approved pretty quickly, and the reason was retrogression that happened. And otherwise, because I went through two interviews. So the first one was pretty quickly after I filed the 485, but unfortunately during that time the retrogression had already started. But I was pretty positive, and you know with having already one experience with the interview, and I was just in the meantime working with my sponsor, making money, saving a little bit, and so you know I would say there was challenges sometimes. You think that, oh my god, why didn't I get my green card soon enough? But at the same time, you can't compare yourself with other people's timeline, because every timeline is different, and there are people who are also going through a lot worse than what you're going through. So just remember, I used to tell myself, every day I'm just one day closer to my green card, no matter what happens. So that got me going, and at the same time, being having an EAD, and at the same, I'm coming back to this again, having an EAD and then advanced parole. um, you know, it's not that you can't work, or you're having some financial difficulty or traveling difficulty. So that eased the situation a lot more. I used to call it with my friends. I used to call it a mini green card, because you can work and you can travel. So the same thing with the green card. So
Yeah. So when you work with us, I understand that you mentioned before we even went live that you received the help that you needed from our team.
yes.
You were reassured during your case. Was there at any point where you were concerned, like, why is my timeline dragging on?
No, well, the good thing is I was with BDV, so BDV's the whole process with BDV is so transparent and so clear. And anytime I would message BDV or email BDV, they would always get back to me pretty quickly with the concern, addressing the concern I had, any answer questions. So they always were there to reassure me with my process, and seeing that transparency and prompt responses to my questions gave me confidence, and that they were with me, um, all through till the end, and I'm, I know a few people from BDV that helped me a lot, and I don't want to take names, but helped me a lot. I'm extremely grateful and thankful every single day. In fact, towards the entire staff, but especially a few people. So
And like after you got your green card, have you since attempted to travel, or what are your plans?
not yet. We're planning something the this year, but not yet. So because you gotta work and save some money first. So
And so, how's your life now after obtaining the green card? Have you since relocated? Are you still in Indiana?
no, I live in North Carolina with my family, and my wife and my kid. So you just feel more stable once you receive the green card. You feel a little bit, like feel there's a feeling of I belong finally. That comes psychologically, as I mentioned in my previous video. So yeah, I mean, life's going great so far. And then it's still like, if even after I received my green card, I have few confusion with with certain things, and I would email BDV. That was the first thing that would always come into my mind if I have any concern, and they would always help. They was always there. Everybody, this BDV was always there for me. Even now, so
Yeah, like we're always working with, new foreign nationals and trying to help them navigate their ways, just like how we helped you with your process. There are a lot of people trying to understand this whole thing as they're looking to inquire for themselves and for families, for friends, for their community. Since you have gone through the process with us, would you be able to, share some advice or, some insights what to expect if somebody is new to this whole thing?
yeah, it's not, it may, but it necessarily not gonna be a smooth ride. But just just be sure that you know once you're connected with BDV, like you will cross the finish line. That's my personal experience. No matter what, they will always have your back in terms of from helping you to relocate once you receive your EAD, um, to any concern that you have in your workplace. So any little bit of small thing that you have, BDV is always there for you. So just keep in mind that. And so, patient, easier said than done, but patience is the key over here. And once you have patience, there will be a time that you will cross the finish line. And yeah, just know that you're in good hands, and just keep waiting. Keep having patience, and it's gonna come out okay at the end of the day.
Yeah, like we've always said, there's no quick overnight kind of process. When you sign up for something, it takes time, not just for the timeline, the processing timelines, but also, the efforts that are put into, actually preparing you, drafting for you, filing for you, and even relocation to the particular city or state where you're going to be living and working. That also takes time on its own. You can't get a moving truck there in like a few minutes or a few hours. It takes time and it takes a lot of patience, like you said. Um, so we try to, provide as much information, as much, informative sections like this one, like the live that we're doing right now, so that we could try to educate everyone. Um, as much information as possible would create a more transparent process. It not only helps people who have not started, but also people who are in this process right now, waiting for approvals. We wanted them to know that, hey, this is real. There are other people going through the same thing, or other people who have gone through the same thing. Um, and so I do want to answer this one question that I do see here. How many years did Pari's timeline take until he get the green card? So he filed the LC in March 2021, and he obtained a green card in November 2025. So not every person's process is gonna start and end, at the same time, but this is his individual process. And what has changed for you since you moved to the U.S.? Is there anything that you find here that is um, that you like more than before you relocated? Like for
Um,
example, do you find that life here is like what you wanted when you applied for the green card process?
yeah, the whole life has changed drastically, both materially and psychologically and emotionally. I mean, I can't even put those things in words. You just now there are more opportunities um, that is unlocked for me in the future to learn and professionally as well. And yeah, and I think the biggest thing is as soon as you receive your green card, the timeline of you becoming a citizen starts. So that's that's every day you're because you have to wait about 5 years. So that timeline has started since November. So that's the biggest thing to be happy about,
So
to be
you have to be
honest.
more patient, since you have
Yeah,
another process that
yeah,
you gotta prepare for.
yeah.
Um, yeah, sometimes I get emails or phone calls from former clients who reach out and said, "Hey, I've been here for more than 5 years with the green card already. Now I need to prepare for applying to be a U.S. citizen." And that is very wonderful news to hear. And I'm sure that your process just got started.
Mhm.
Your life here in the U.S. has only just begun.
Yeah.
We're happy to hear that you have gotten so far, and you can always rely on us. Always reach out again if you need anything else. We're here for individuals like yourself.
Thank you very much. Means a lot.
Yeah. Um, okay. Let me see what other question is being asked. Can you start working for the employer once you get the green card? Or do you have to work once you get the EAD? So for anyone applying like PARI, doing adjustment of status, chances are you're gonna have to obtain the EAD first, start working before you can get news on the green card interview. There have been some clients that got the green card before the EAD, but you know that depends on when they sign up as well, how their individual case went. But generally, you have to start working first. Sometimes you got to work, at least 12 months before your green card interview can be held. Um, see if there is any other questions that we have not, that we may have missed, please do drop in the comments. We're happy to go over them after the live. And if you're looking to inquire further and you want to have a one-on-one consultation with us, please do head over to bdvsolutions.com. You can sign up with an account and then ask to speak to one of our representatives. We're happy to further assist you. It seems like people are also curious about the temporary pause in the visa processing. So, for anyone applying for adjustment of status, as far as we understand right now, like PARI, doing adjustment of status and having a green card interview here, it's not the visa processing freeze is not impacting adjustment of status individuals. And those expecting a green card interview, those doing I-485 filing, but if you are outside the US and you're expecting a consular visa interview, currently the pause is, like we've said, temporary. Um, it may delay your visa interviewing date. Chances are the embassy have started, delaying or postponing the dates back, pushing it back. But like we said, it's going to be temporary. In the coming weeks and months, there may be news about that. So we will try to update everyone that is expecting a visa interview. For more questions, please do send in your BDV Solutions account. And on February 28th, we are going to have a seminar in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. We're going to host two different sections, 10 a.m. in the morning and 3 p.m. In the afternoon. It's going to be at Le Meridien Hotel in Saigon, Vietnam. I'm sure we are going to have this information on our social media so you can register and attend. And then on March 3rd at 3 p.m., we're going to host our international seminar in Hanoi, Vietnam at the Grand Plaza Hotel in Hanoi. So if you're interested, you can also register. And, we're constantly looking to host more seminars in other cities and other countries to try to reach out to more people. And Pari, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today. It was very great to talk with you. I'm sure that we will have many more chances to get in touch again with you. If you need anything else, please reach out to the comment section. And thank you, Pari, for being here again.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It means a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you. Have a good one.